Hello, Mr. Bobberman. Yes, I do, because I keep wanting to call you Mr. Bobman. Alright, so I'm just getting set up here. Things are a bit discombobulated right now. I've kind of got the stream running, but I haven't sent the message to anyone on the Discord yet, and I'm streaming to Twitch instead of Steam, and I'm not sure if it's working. So I need to check a few things, send a message on the Discord, and then we can get going. Right, can I copy that link? Right, Discord. Right, let's get going. Live streams. And then, I don't know, am I even live on Twitch? How do I even check that? Mobile live, I've got something pop up on my phone. Am I streaming? Okay, it's trying to sell me some stuff. Yeah, it looks like I'm streaming on Twitch as well. To all 4 of my followers. Right, let's get back to the chat. Oh, thank you very much for buying a copy. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. If you're not already, join the Discord, because if you have any problems or any suggestions or ideas, like, just throw them in one of the game suggestions or feedback channels. I try and respond to feedback pretty quickly. There's certain things which I can't respond to, like people say, one of the most suggested things is multiplayer and adding like a Dominator or an Intercept vehicle, and things like that take time. And in the case of like Dominator and Interceptor's licensing as well. So I'm going to be doing controller. So I've changed the controller schemes. I think it's a lot more... Oh, top 1% chase. Okay, let's do that. I think the new scheme's a lot more intuitive. I think we'll keep hunt enabled. Whoops. Right, I'm accidentally clicking a bunch of stuff. Right, that needs to be there. Why is it not detect the controller? One second, for some reason it hasn't detected the controller. Let's unplug this. I'm not sure what happened there. Back to the main menu. I don't know, it's not detecting the controller. Yeah, I was literally just testing it in the editor, no problems. Now it's not picking it up. Maybe changing one of these controller settings will kick it in. Yeah, well, that's annoying. I was literally just testing it right before the stream. Now it's decided it doesn't want to work. So bear with me one moment here. This isn't even the most up-to-date version. It's like launching the Steam version of it. I'm going to have to open Unity again and trigger another build. Yeah, I was just testing this in the Unity editor, and now that I've generated a full build, even though I did this on the last stream and played with the controller no problem, it's just decided to stop working. Wow, I don't know if you can hear that. I live quite near the airport here, and there's something with insanely loud engines taking off. Let's see, what is it? I fly past my window here in a second. Nothing's shown on the radar, so it's probably something military. Sometimes I do military training exercises. Sometimes I see it's like the C-130 doing touch and goes. Right, let's do another build. I don't know what the issue was. Watching from Spain. Oh, I was actually just in Mallorca back in April. So first time in Spain. It was good. Really nice place. Was considering going back next year, but the prices of holidays have all gone up by about 50 to 75%. It's like staying in the exact same hotel during the same dates uh, in a smaller room was going to be 50% more expensive, so just couldn't justify the cost for next year, unfortunately. I did really enjoy it there. Right, let's see. Hopefully, we get some controller support now. There we go. I don't know what was going on. Right, so I'll just quickly go over the controller scheme. So, right stick, pan your camera. Right trigger accelerate, left trigger brake. B is also hand brake. Hold left trigger down to reverse. That's all the main vehicle controls. Additional things, you press Y to toggle the camera between inside and outside. You can get out with X. And then you can click the left stick down to run, or just hold it to walk. Right trigger is still to interact with things. And then X is also to toggle screens and things. So we can get back in. The down on the D-pad is to toggle your lights. Up on the D-pad is your VHS camera, and then you zoom in and out with the right bump and left bump buttons. And then also, LB and RB are to zoom your mini-map, your nav map. And if you press the back or the menu button, you can still zoom in and out using LB and RB, and then right stick's pan. You can navigate the buttons using the D-pad, and then A to select. But most importantly, you can drive, steer, and pan the map and zoom in and out all at the same time. So I think there's a bit more consistent control scheme there. And then L, left and right on the D-pad in external vehicle view, zoom you in and out as well. I guess nobody can see on the stream, but there's different vibrations. So when you go off-road, you get like a constant rumbling. A dirt road, you kind of get like a weak, high-frequency rumbling, like you're driving on gravel. And then you also get rumbles when you impact things, and when you steer too hard, or use the handbrake or foot brake, or even accelerate too hard. So yeah, I think it just adds to the immersion of the whole thing. I haven't experienced it yet, but the vibration will increase as the tornado gets closer. Right, there's the wall cloud. Yeah, it actually feels somewhat like anti-lock brakes. I don't know if you've ever like braked hard enough in your car to trigger anti-lock brakes before, but the vibration kind of feels like that. Alright, so we've got our wall cloud dead in front of us. Yeah, down to toggle lights. I think I'll have the lights on. Not sure which way this is moving, so let's try toggle the map. Let's put velocity on. It's right in front. Let's zoom in. Looks like it's moving northeast. Toggle that back up. So we need to follow this road around. Well, I've got the field of view. Ah, yeah, I've got it set to 60. I thought it seemed a bit zoomed in. 70's better. So I said northeast. So if we follow this road around, then we'll get to the crossroads. We'll turn right, and we can start thinking about our first intercept. There may be some towns we need to warn as well. So let's try and get ahead of it. Hello, just had someone else join the chat. Thanks for joining. Right now I'm testing controller support. I'm trying to get ahead of this wall cloud because it looks like it might be heading towards these towns here. As it's so much more intuitive. Yeah, I'm definitely going to push this update tonight because this controller scheme is so much more intuitive than the other one. I'm going to try and get ahead of this wall cloud. Hopefully it doesn't drop a tornado on us while we're trying to get underneath. One thing I have noticed with controller support, so when I'm playing mouse and keyboard I prefer the external view. When I'm playing with the controller I prefer the internal view. Notice that. I guess it's something to do with the immersion. Right, let's warn these two towns here. Because even though they don't have the red warning boxes, they're going to need them pretty soon. I think is it putting something down already? The map says it is, but I don't see anything just yet. Is that hail or rain? I think it's a mixture of both right now. Oh, it's starting to put something down right next to us. I see they've got the red flashing boxes now, but I was ahead of the tornado, thinking ahead of where it's going to be. So if you wait to react to those, you're probably too far behind what the tornado's doing. Yeah, I do have a bunch of high quality like weather and storm sounds. I just need to wire them into the game. So I can click the left stick to run here. Let's sound the siren, and it should sound it on the town next to us. Yeah, so let's try and get some photos here. And it's right stick click to take photos in VHS mode. There's no prompt for that. I guess you just need to figure that out. Should probably fix that. So you've saved lives already. Right, so I think if we go here, do we take this along this way? Yeah, and try and intercept somewhere up here. Let's take this motorway. Yeah, a lot of braking. Not as in car braking, but as in a lot of things braking. Oh yeah, that smashing those trailers to pieces. Right, I'm just going to have to brake really hard as we get towards here. Causing a lot of damage. There you go. I am in career mode, right? Let me just check that before we go too much further with this. Way to tell, go to data. Yeah, the analyzed data would be grayed out. Also, you can select that now. Just keep going down, and then you can select the analyzed data with the controller now. Looks like it's curving this way. Let's try and do a manual deployment with the controller, just for the sake. So yeah, I can drive and zoom the map in at the same time with the controller. Yeah, I really like this controller scheme. Where do I need to be? Also, I can get out of the truck and see what it's like when the camera shake starts happening. So let's grab some wind data initially. I'm going to leave like the drag coefficients because I want to get like a cross section of data. I don't want to try and get it flying in the tornado yet. I still need to figure out whether it's even possible to have it carried by the tornado. Yeah, so I'm going to stand here on purpose and see what the vibration's like as it starts to increase as the tornado gets closer. So I think it starts kicking in around 60 miles an hour. So, yeah, I can feel some subtle vibrations there. Yeah, the controllers are really shaking now. Controller's going insane. Let's see what it's like inside of this. The vibrations stopped. I'm wondering if you can only run the motor for so long. Should probably check that's not heading towards any towns. No, we're pretty good. Doesn't look like any towns are really in danger. Try and get a photo of that though. Bit more of a rope, that, isn't it? Let's get this back in the truck. I think I'm moving that too quick. How's it going? Looks like it's turning south now. Let's go right and then right, and we'll look for another intercept opportunity. So we just got some wind data. How much data did we get there? That was probably, what, low end F3 was it? Yeah, F3. It's good, we won't analyse yet. Look, he's making like a full turn here. He's doing a U-turn. Try to get a photo of it between the trees. Feel the frustration of trying to do that. Right, let's take this left. Yeah, it definitely adds to the game being able to play with the controller. Yeah, probably should have just done a quick recall there. Might see some trees getting uprooted here. I'm going to try my best to drive with the controls, I guess, essentially inverted from my point of view. We take this motorway shortcut on the left. Got a live stream on your TV and your phone at the same time. There's not like a lag there. You're hearing like me say something and then say it again like a second later. Hope the stream looks decent on your TV. I am streaming at right now 8 megasecond, 9 megasecond. I feel I'm a bit cut off with this road network. Even though then again, that's one of the frustrations in real life. You might get an excellent tornado but a poor road network. We may have to off-road a little bit to bridge that gap. Alright, let's off-road. Try and go for one more intercept before it goes off the map. I've never seen a tornado make that much of a turn, just randomly. The random number generator must have really been generating some rare values there. Right, I think we'll race to that intersection there, and I might just have to do a rapid deploy rather than changing the data type, because there's just... Is there going to be time? I don't think there is, so we can do that. Quick deploy and drive. So I've got an aerodynamic coating on the truck, so it can withstand. I think it's good up to about 150, 160 mile an hour winds now. Oops, that was expensive. It did circles and repeated itself. Was it hunting you? Because sometimes it does that, and when it's following you, you'll orbit the funnel because of the winds, but then at the same time the tornado's also trying to follow your position, so it'll loop on like the same spot. Also, if you're in sandbox mode and turn the path deviance up a lot, it'll also just do random circles and zigzag all over the place. Wow, that looks cool. Let me just step out. I guess I've not bound anything to toggle the UI. Let me just do that. Let's try and get a screenshot of it. Last time I was having this problem last time. Every time I was hitting the print screen button, the game kept hiding. It's a bit annoying. Controller's vibrating now just because of how close the thing is. And we've got a sub-vortex there wrapping around the funnel. Horizontal vortex coming off there. This looks really cool. Just try and get a photo. I think A's jump, yeah. You can run and jump as well. I've got A's jump while you're in first person mode. Looks like it's getting some sub-vortices under there. Yeah, having the controller vibrate in the high wind when you're out of the truck, yeah, it's a lot more immersive. I need to figure out how to support the Logitech wheel and pedals next. I'm not sure what I can do about the gear shifter, but I can definitely do essentially an automatic, so just use the accelerator and the brake. Yeah, and tonight's stream is going to be a short one. It took me a bit longer than I thought to get ready for the stream. And it's just a bit later and I'm quite tired. So I just wanted to do a quick stream before doing an update. Yeah, the controller's definitely working a lot better. I think what I'll start doing is heading back to the middle of the map. Actually, how are we doing on data? Got some F4 samples. I'll try and collect some more pressure, temperature, and maybe even dew point data if we have time for it. Let's head north, and then... Oh, I've just noticed... That's a small bug. If you stop off-road, the controller vibrates because we're off-road, even though we're not actually driving that fast. I'll patch that quickly. Maybe I'll end the stream in maybe 15 minutes or something. I'll patch that quickly before I push the update. We can watch that rope out. And then let's we start heading west again. But I need to sleep. Yeah, you're an hour ahead of me, aren't you? So, yeah, it's 11:15 where you are. Yeah, have a good sleep. I'll catch you on the next stream. Let's just head west. If I bridge that gap there, we can go west for ages. So I'm just going to off-road it here. Here in Sandbox, the minimum cape to the absolute max, and the maximum cape also to the max. That's usually how I test the game, to be honest. I'll max out all the sliders. So I have max cape, max storm relative helicity. It's more fun when that happens in career mode. So there's like a 1% chance of that happening. And you get, yeah, tons of data, quality tornadoes. Apologies, I'm just yawning there. I'm very tired. So I'm making it into the middle of the map before the next tornado spawns. Kind of had El Reno Greensburg in the game. Yeah, with the scenarios you can add your own custom ones as well. I think didn't one of the YouTube channels just release a video? Was it on Greensburg? I think we released like 2 AM my time this morning. I haven't checked it out yet. But I remember adding a notification because I wanted to watch it. Well, wait, let's see if I can figure out which channel it was and what the video was. It'll be in my notifications. Oh, it might actually be 2 AM. As in like 2 AM after midnight tonight. Yeah, no, it's not actually out yet. We're getting a new cell, or is that the old one? I'm still waiting for that one to die. Heading west. Don't need the headlights anymore. Let's just wait for that storm to die and we'll hopefully get another decent tornado. What are the thermodynamics like? That's a fair amount of cape. And what are the kinematics like? That's probably easier to see. Seems decent. What was this like a top 30% chase? I can't remember what it said before I started the career mode. Okay, that cell's dying, which means we're going to get a new cell any second. I can even toggle it with the controller while I'm driving. Switch it over to velocity. There we go. Keep an eye out for velocity, but I think, yeah, we're in the right vicinity. Let's see, where's a good place to stop? I think if we stop here, it gives us lots of options. North, south, east, west. I'm wondering, is it possible to do a Bill Paxton style power slide? Do you know, he pulls the handbrake and flips you. We'd actually hired a stunt driver for that. I think they had to rig it up with a special like handbrake to do that. But you know, when they deploy Dorothy 3, he did kind of a. Yeah, I can't quite do that in the game. I kind of want to adjust it so you can, because what I want to do is a side-by-side edit of. The movie and then this game. I did it originally for the Storm Chasers game. I think it got like 50,000 views or something. So if I can do that for this game, hopefully we can get more players into the game. Okay, we've got our velocity couplet. Which direction's it moving? Looks to me north-northeast. Was it northwest? It's a bit hard to discern. I'm going to go with north-northeast for now. And then we're going to have a visible wall cloud in a second. So let's assume it's heading broadly north. I think... Oh, well, we've got a lot of towns to warn. So I think we go east. And then north. And then we'll plan from there. I also need to test out dirt roads as well, so when we drive through this town, I need to make sure that it doesn't vibrate even if you stopped on a dirt road. So it vibrates if you stopped off-road, which doesn't quite make sense. Got a thin plate-like wall cloud there. Hopefully we'll get something a bit more ominous. I know it works correctly on the dirt road, so it feels like you're driving on gravel. But it just keeps going just from touching the grass. Right, I think let's turn the velocity overlay off now. It's getting we can see the funnel. That's actually heading more north-northwest. Right, what's in the path? It could still turn and impact these. I guess the key thing is to get ahead of it. We want to be on this side of the tornado, ahead of it, not behind. So let's take not this left, but the next left. Try and make up that distance. Hello, Storm Fury. This is a shorter stream tonight. I'm probably only going to stream for another 5-10 minutes, just so I've got time to push the update. I need to make a small little bug fix. So I've added vibration to the controller. but it vibrates when you drive off-road, even if you've stopped, which doesn't make sense. But let's say it's cycling, which means it's probably going to come back stronger. Let's plan the route. Yeah, so I think if we take this next right, we can start to get ahead of it, and hopefully it doesn't make a northeast turn. It's coming down right on the road in front of us. Perfect. I think actually instead of this right, we'll take the next right. Just so it'll get us closer to the tornado. What we do is switch into VHS mode and zoom in a bit. Do we take the next right or the next left? I think the next right. I've got a better feeling about turning right than left. Because left we're kind of going the opposite direction to the tornado, then we'll have to catch up twice. We need to catch up because the road network goes the wrong way, and we're also going the wrong way to the direction of the tornado. Oops, off road here. Where is it? It's right there in front of us. Really difficult one to catch up to. We're almost there though. How far are we from it? Like a kilometre? Maybe a mile? This is a career scenario, it's just career mode. Oh, it's strengthening rapidly. Maybe try and go for one more intercept, but it looks like it's only, what, F2, maybe F3 strength? Is it roping out again? We might be able to go for an intercept in this corner here. Not planting firmly on the ground. A big power flash, but it doesn't really seem to want to plant firmly and stay on the ground yet. Or we're doing off-road intercept. It's just about keeping up with us. Let's do a high-risk off-road intercept. Alright, we need to zoom in so we know when we're in the path. Oh, it looks like it's going up to F4 strength there. Right. Quick deploy, and now get out of the path. Oh no, we're driving through an invisible forest, so I can't see where the trees are because the trees have stopped rendering. Alright, we just have to try and outrun it. Again, good data. I haven't looked at the probe camera yet. Oh, I just realised we don't have controller controls for the probe camera. Probably just use right stick, and then again right bump, left bump to zoom in and out. I'll add that to the to-do list. How are we doing on data? A lot of wind data. I don't think we're going to earn a whole lot of money on this chase. That thing is moving rapidly. I think I'll just analyze the data now. I don't think we're getting any more data. $4,000, yeah, I don't think that's going to make much difference to any upgrades we can buy. Actually, it says we can't... Oh! We can actually toggle between the upgrade pages. But I don't think we can... Oh yeah, we can! We can select the upgrade things. Alright. Wait, does that mean we can actually select the probe? Oh, we can select the probe camera buttons. It's just not the easiest way of doing it. I guess the button controller extended to all UI buttons. Oh, we can actually update some of these. Temperature sampling update rate. Yeah, it's definitely worth updating these. I need to make it so that when there's a button not selected, it doesn't just automatically go all the way back to the first button in the menu. Don't want to add weight to the truck. We can't afford any radar upgrades just yet. But yeah, I'd say this is a massive improvement over the other controller scheme, so I think I'll wrap up the stream now, do that quick fix so that the car doesn't just make a controller vibrate, because that can't be good for the controller. Just from being on the grass, and then yeah, I'll push the update, so it should be with you all in the next 5-10 minutes or so. So I'm going to sign out a bit early, so it's just a quick test and stream before I push it live. That's just kind of the tradition, is that I'll test the game live before I push an update. So thank you all. I'll stream again, possibly tomorrow night, and enjoy the update.